Yep, this is exactly where I want to be. That was such a huge miss. Oh, I just want to see what's going on over there. Nope. Not going to let me do that. Someone standing on the bridge. Well, who's that?
Your life for my son.
Oh my god. That was such a nice setup. What the heck? Whoa! There is no way. That was can't be serious. Okay. This guy is not gonna cut it. Maybe the poison? Let's try this guy again. Yeah, I'm not really interested in the ones that are rare. Just because they don't have that stat bonus, nor do they actually do too much damage. Wait, why can't I target the one in the middle? Oh, I've got a spot. Use that. This might be good for the dragon fight. Go, my boys, let's go.
Where's my son? I can't find
I have
him.
no idea. Oh no, my guys are stuck. Oh god, I am so close. Heal, heal. Yes. Oh my god.
I shouldn't have. With all my skills, I failed.
It would be cool if he falls down the cliff. Okay. Don't lie to me. Got bats incoming. What have we got here? Another pill? Yeah, no, not really. That's a curious. My accessories, let's see what we've got. While perfect dodging recovers a small amount of stamina. Not sure I like that. I'm not really running out of stamina at this point in time. Whoa. If only they've got something that helps me recover mana, then maybe I would be interested. What's here? Nothing? Oh. Well, arena time? No. Wait. This is where I fought the rocks. Are you serious? That is all I get? What? Oh, you know what I should do? I should go back to the monkey and upgrade my gods. Yes, please. Now I need 2 of them. And have I got anything that I can upgrade here? No, nothing at all.
Next
Okay.
time, down a few mouthfuls in one go. It's delightful.
Speaking of which, I noticed something in my journal. I'm actually missing 1 in chapter 1. So I might need to come back and scope chapter 1 after we're done with chapter 2 to see whether I can find that one. Sorry about that, my eyes got itchy. Oh god, this is bad. Okay, let's go back. I guess then the last thing that I've got is really just the yellow wind sage. Am I missing any of the Yao Guai Kings in? Oh my god, I am missing so many. 1, 2, 3. I've met this one, Dragon, and then I have met this guy? Who is this? Oh, this is the sage. You know what? Since I might want to take this opportunity to just go through all of these codex. Maybe, yeah, let's do that before I get into the fight with Yellow Wind Sage, because I think that would take up an entire episode. So let's do this now. Okay, we have the pit stone. These are the ones with the rocks, the normal rocks on their face. The mystic's art breathes life into stones. A servant bestowed, but caution be shown. A nature fears, beware its provocation, for crossing its path bring fatal devastation. Once upon a time there lived a pretentious scholar who took great pride in a paperweight he collected. Whenever his guests commented that it was merely an ordinary stone, no notable features, the scholar would respond by sharing a peculiar tale. During his adventurous youth, the scholar embarked on a treacherous journey, exhausted and seeking respite. He leaned against a massive stone for a snooze. Suddenly, he felt the stone come alive. Skeletons emerged from its crevices, and the stone sprouted limbs, resembling a grotesque creature. Terrified, the scholar ran for his life until he stumbled upon a desolate valley, where he noticed a god monk meditating atop a boulder. Struck by the peculiar sight, he contemplated fleeing once more. Yet, to his astonishment, he sensed the relentless pursuit of stone creatures from behind. Just as he stood on the verge of being crushed, the very boulder beneath the monk unexpectedly rose, revealing two mighty arms that pummeled and shattered the pursuing creatures. Amidst this terrifying clash, the scholar barely managed to escape, and the paperweight, as he claimed, was a remnant of that cataclysmic fight. The guests erupted into laughter upon hearing the tale, mocking the scholar for spicing up his wild dream to impress them. The scorned scholar, though indignant, began to doubt the truth of his tale himself and lost interest in the paperweight. Eventually, he banished it to a forgotten corner, never to be shown again. And then we've got the Pale Stone. Mighty and strong, its presence grand, with secret quartz like shimmering sand. Chosen for the righteous, a sacred embrace, nature's justice reflected in its grace. In a small kingdom west of the Black Wind Mountain, the aging king lived in constant fear of his dwindling lifespan. Desperate to find an elixir of longevity, he embarked on a frantic search for a solution. One day, an immortalist informed the king that consuming quartz could extend his life and bestow eternal youth. Upon hearing this, the king immediately issued a royal decree commanding his subjects to scour the lands in search of quartz. Eager to claim the reward, stone miners ventured deep into the desolate Yellow Wind Ridge. There, they came across a stone being with an enormous head adorned with a brilliant white mineral quartz. News of the discovery reached the king, who promptly dispatched his crown prince with an army to collect the precious quartz. Little did they know that as they ventured into the ridge, they would be enveloped by swirling dust and relentless yellow winds. Cunning and treacherous, the stone beings lurked beneath the earth, lying in wait. Whenever someone approached, they would swarm out in a coordinated ambush, ensnaring their unexpected prey from both sides. The army suffered heavy casualties before obtaining even a trace of the coveted quartz. In a state of desperation, a messenger was dispatched to the capital, bearing a plea of withdrawal that detailed the perilous expedition and the dreadful calamities befalling the men. However, the aged king remained steadfast in his resolve, insistent on obtaining a substantial amount of quartz. Eventually, the crown prince returned with the coveted quartz, and an army halved, and requested to present the precious mineral to his father in the royal chamber. Seizing the opportunity, he initiated a coup and plunged a knife into the king's heart, leaving him to die holding his cherished quartz of longevity on his bed. Wow. Did not expect that. And we have the Poised Stone. Agile and extraordinary, with strength untold, delicate in form, light as a feather's hope, pure beauty untouched by mortal's trace, proud as a frost-kissed maiden's grace. This is the one that's blue in color? Before obtaining the stone essence, the mother of stone was originally a blue quartz in the shape of a woman. The blue quartz had the unique ability to absorb the essence of the moon. Through ages of absorption, she attained enlightenment earlier than other stone guais and was honored as the mountain deity. When the Buddha head stone guai appeared, the other stone guais convened and decided to expel the guai from the mountain. They sought the help of the mother of stones, however, she refused, fearing the possibility of her blue quartz to be shattered in battle. Yet, on the day of battle, seeing that the stone guys were on the verge of defeat, she could no longer bear to stand by and decided to join the fight. Noticing the pale stones launching their quartz like a barrage of arrows to sneak attack the Buddha head guy, she imitated their action despite her deep attachment to a precious quartz. Despite their best efforts, they were losing. When her blue quartz was shattered by a punch, the mother of stones fell to the ground in despair. Unexpectedly, a Yellowfoot leading a group of Yaguais came to their aid. Seeing her grievance, the rat persuaded, what is broken is destined not to be returned. If we let the guai escape, wouldn't it be an even greater loss? Hearing this, the mother of stone regained her strength and rose up. Together, they subdued the Buddha head stone guai. As compensation for her loss, the Yellowfoot rat gifted her the stone essence. With the essence bestowed, the mother of stone gained great powers. Yet, as her form grew less mobile, she crafted poised stones from blue quartz, reflection of her former self, to watch over the mountain's happenings. Perhaps she did this to glimpse what she once was, what could never return. And then we've got the guys that were trying to kill us in the whole pack. wise in the guise wayward hearts, yet shuns the lonely monkish arts. On the yellow ridge of desolation ends a tale of separation. Ever since the strange winds stirred again at Yellowwind Ridge, life had grown harsh for the lesser guys. Tiger Vanguard and the King of Flowing Sands fought for dominance, troubling the Whistle King caught between the two powers. One day, the wizard captain sat by the sandfield, brooding over years of humiliation. Thoughts of death took hold in him, and he found a withered tree. He hung his belt, stepped on a pile of stones, and slipped his head through the noose. Regret came as he kicked away the stones. In agony and dizziness, he struggled, but freedom eluded him. Just then, someone held his feet, and a gleaming sickle sliced through the air, cutting the noose. The whistle captain collapsed, gasping for air, and saw a gaunt crown from a medicine basket. If you loathe to die, live well, she said, and left unbothered by his nature. Transforming into a wizard, the wizard captain followed her home, a dwelling with crumbling walls and an empty barn. She lived alone after the death of her husband and son, foraging for herbs to trade in order to survive. The captain, moved by their shared misfortunes, decided to stay and help. Disguised as an old man fleeing famine, he claimed to be alone and found shelter with the crone. By day, he hunted in Yellowwind Ridge. By night, he enlisted stone sprites to man the house. Together they thrived, much to the villagers' envy. One day, two villagers trailed the captain, curious about his hunting prowess. Little did they know as they watched him that he would suddenly transform back into his original form, a cloaked weasel guy, with a gleaming curved blade at his waist. Feeling threatened by a non-human, the villagers spread their tail, and a Taoist was summoned to slay the wizard captain. Not long after the wizard guy was killed, the crone passed away. The villagers deemed the house cursed, divided the hides and herbs before setting the place ablaze. Wow. That is very dark. And we've got the civic sergeant. Oh, wait. Or are these the guys? I'm not sure. Neglecting work, indulging in ease, in quiet comfort, seeking to please. When children misbehave and play, they turn fierce like wolves in disarray. Once there was a rich landlord who had built many houses. Among them, there was a court where none lived. It had a clear pond, an old elm, and a swing. The village children longed to play there. The landlord, however, ordered his servants to guard the court and allow no one near. As days passed, the children grew bolder. They began throwing pebbles to draw the guards away, hoping to sneak in. The day soon came when one of the servants was struck in the eye by a pebble they threw. Enraged, the landlord decided to dismiss the guardians of the court and simply lock the gate, posting a notice that read, "Beware of civic guai within, enter at your own risk." The young ones, dismissing the warning, had nothing but an empty threat. They scaled the walls, gathered the elm seeds, played on the swing, and caught fish in the clear waters of the pond. The laughter echoed through the courts. All of a sudden, tiles from the roof came hurtling down, landing near the children. Startled, they cried out loud and drew their parents to the court. The adults arrived, shouting for the owner of the place and demanding recompense for the peril that had befallen their children. After much shouting, a sharp voice rang out from the rear roof. "Begone, mortals, lest you seek your doom." At those words, two blades whirled out from nowhere, spinning in deadly lance and left wounds upon many. In terror, the crowd turned and fled. Okay. And we've got 29 out of 29. We've met every single one of them. And we've got all of the... what do you call this again? Codex. Yeah. And then we've got the chief. I'm still missing two. I can't believe this. We've got the Mother of Stones. Okay. As fate aligns, chance plays its part. Yet misfortune leaves an empty heart. Judge not a hero by a skill alone, but by the fortune that they have shown. Long ago, in the Yellowwind Ridge, there lived two mountain deities. By the grace of a wise one, they came into possession of a great Yao Guai inner peel. They split and consumed it, gaining great powers from within. Thenceforth, they bore the shape and the heart of humans. In gratitude, they bent their newfound strength to make the mountain's walls strive for the wise one. The keeper of the mountain, however, received no share of this boon. Envy wormed its way into his heart. Upon learning that the deities could conjure guais at will, he schemed to wrest this power for himself. Little did he know that conjurations drained deeply from their own will. The mountain deities poured out their own power to birth rock guys, whose shape cracked and stone and nurtured green and bloom. Day by day, the keeper of the mountain sought to pulver their practice and cultivation through Lo's deceits. Then came a day when a great rock guy emerged and the lesser guys bowed to him as their vanguard. Still, the keeper, heedless of his peril, provoked strife as he had done before. Blow after blow, the stone vanguard rained upon him until he lay pummeled in the dirt. Even then, he did not cease hurling curses. Alas, those who are bent on wickedness find few obstacles in their path, while those who pursue virtue encounter many hardships, often set by those with ill intentions. Okay, you need to take a sip of water. And we've got the tiger's acolyte. This is the one who's looking for a son. On the bridge. Where was the swordsman gone with tears in his eyes? The wild wind sweeps the northern sands, lonely and desolate skies. Grass visits the empty village huts, dust welcomes the Voguais, and who knows the bitterness of the lotus hut or the sourness within the pear skies. There was once a swordsman, wild and free, who roamed the lands far and wide. For the love of a woman, he forsook his wandering ways, married and had a child. But their happiness proved fleeting. From the mountain beyond the city walls, there arose a wind, fierce and full of malice. It whipped the yellow dust into frenzy, and the city was choked with it, day after day. Soon, his wife succumbed to a wasting sickness, and their child too became ill. The man was devastated. He spent all his silvers in a vain attempt to heal his child. Then he heard of a bodhisattva on New Mount Sumeru who could cure the wind sickness. Oh god, that's such a mouthful. With haste, he gathered what he still had and set forth with his child. When he reached the New Mount Sumeru, the disciples told him that the bodhisattva had departed for Yellow Wind Reach, long ago and had not returned. The man had no choice but to take his child and set out once more. When they arrived at the reach, they learned that this place was right next to the fierce wind. The child's frail condition worsened with each passing hour. They took shelter in the village of Windrest, where the child rested, and the man went to find the bodhisattva. One day, while passing a dry well outside the village, the man heard a tiger's roar. He climbed down into the well and found a hidden cavern, where a great tiger lay, wounded and weak, deep in meditation. The tiger told the man he was a deity in the mountain, revered by the village priest. In the valley, they had even raised a temple in his honor. He said he had been ambushed by the Yaguai that stirred up the fierce wind and took over his temple. That's why he was in this pitiful state. The man was doubtful, but as he asked around the village, he found that the tale was true in every detail, from the reverence of the priest to the temple in the valley. He hastened back to the well, his ailing child in his arms, to beg the tiger for healing. The tiger brought out a strangely shaped gourd, filled it with water, and gave it to the child. Wonder of wonders, after drinking from the gourd, the child was able to run and play as he had before the wind sickness struck. The tiger told the man that the wind had harmed his essence. With the flesh of the living, he could regain his former might. Then he could tame the raging wind and heal the child completely. The man was reluctant, but as he watched his son grow stronger day by day, playing in the village with the other children, a terrible resolve hardened in his heart. He began to lead the unsuspecting villagers into the well, hoping to restore the tiger to its former strength. As time passed, most naturally, the villagers found out what he had done. By the time the man returned to the village, he found his son slain by the angry hands. The man was consumed by regret and drew the sword he had sealed away for years. He fell upon the villagers, and one by one he cut them down until the streets ran red with blood. Then, alone, he set out into the shifting sandstorms, lost in the ever-howling wind. This is such a sad tale. And we have the Gore-Eye Taoist. This is the one where he was protecting the thing that we needed to upgrade our god. A strange man with a lump on his back and the staff of blood-red hue. He leaps and bounds with eerie might, 100 eyes glowing at night. A strange visitor once came to the Temple of Yellow Flowers. The Temple of Yellow Flowers? This is the first time I've heard of this temple. He proclaimed himself trained in the mystic arts upon the Mount Lingtai. Submit now and yield to me the thing, he told the master of the temple, and you will be spared. Beetle Commander was sent to subdue him, and the man was sealed in a cocoon sack in the cave. Yet days later, Lesugai brought word to the master that the sack lay sundered and the captive had escaped. At this, the master gave nothing but a smile. Since his escape from the cocoon sack, a fleshy mass studded with many eyes had sprouted from the man's back. He paid no mind to this horrific sight and continued his wandering practice. He passed through a desolate mountain where bandits ran rampant and nearby villagers lived in squalor. Here he chose to settle and summon rainfall. By his arts, the blasted peaks grew green with elms and willows, and the slopes cloaked themselves in pines and firs. After his efforts, the once barren mountain saw years of clement weather, and the people of the lowlands flourished in number. Yet, the bandits cared nothing for an honest life. They saw the greenswood only as a fresh plunder and a growing number as ripe for the hunt. The man then took on the guise of an enlightened monk and went among the bandits' hideout to spread the wisdom of the Buddha. In the end, even the bandits forsook evil and came down the mountain to live in peace. Years passed, then came a day when the man entered the village and raised a ritual staff at the entrance. From its crown poured a blood-red light. Every person it touched fell into a frenzy, tearing at each other as if under the thrall of some evil forces. In mere moments, the lowlands became a pit of slaughter, and the ground overflowed with the blood of the slain. On the man's back, the harm gaped wide, with countless eyes unveiled. Slowly, they sucked the spilled blood and sundered spirits. In no time, the lump had swollen even larger until it could absorb no more. Only then did the eyes slowly close. The man came back to himself and removed the staff. He then set out for the next place to settle. Wow. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave the king and the characters. I don't think there's anything. Oh, there is things to root for the characters. I'll leave the king and the character after we're done with the Blackwind stage, which we will do on the next episode. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.